A high school classroom, as seen from desks. A whiteboard, a table of assorted hats, props? We'll figure that out. Lights up on 4 teenagers, Craig, Jen, Billy, and Metz, and their teacher, Mr. Clinton. Metz sits at an electronic keyboard.
Next we have group 2, Craig, Jen, Billy, and Metz. Gentlemen, lady, and Metz, please present.
So, for this unit on censorship in theater, we decided to take a look at Ghosts by 𝘊𝘭𝘆 Ibsen.
We wanted to do something interesting with our presentation, and since Mr. Clinton put the 4 of us together, we decided to play to our strengths.
And since I write,
We all write.
and the 3 of us sing, and Metz plays piano,
We decided to do our presentation as a musical.
I promise it'll be shorter than last semester's production of Camelot.
I'm pretty sure that's actually still going on.
And so, without any further ado,
Craig takes something from the table, a hat or a coat or a fake beard, and puts it on, becoming 𝘊𝘭𝘆 Ibsen.
Hello, I'm famous Norwegian playwright 𝘊𝘆 Ibsen. You might remember me from such plays as A Doll's House or Peer Gynt. Today, I'm going to talk about my play Ghosts, or in Norwegian, 𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆. Now, Ghosts, as you're about to find out, is the most depressing play ever written. Do you know why that is? It's because I'm Scandinavian. That's why. Everything sucks in Scandinavia, surrounded by freezing seas. There's no sunlight for half of the year, but that's what happens when you're north of 60 degrees.
You'll hate it here in Scandinavia. It'll have you on your knees.
but if you want to escape this hell,
You'll have to travel by skis.
There's nothing to do in Norway.
Norway.
We just gossip about the weather.
Or how our parents are step cousins, but they still got together.
We'll tell you about it later.
Everything sucks in Scandinavia. That's why I wrote this play. It's scary.
It's tragic.
And it's actually pronounced 𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆.
Gangrene.
Ginger Roger.
𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆.
It's the most depressing play ever written, and it's no wonder how.
When everything in Scandinavia is simply atrocious.
And we're gonna show you.
We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you now.
Act 1, the garden room of Mrs. Alving's house. Regina, the maid, is doing some cleaning. There's a knock on the door. It's her father, Jacob Engstrand, a carpenter.
Stop there, Daddy. You're all wet.
Well, it's raining 𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆 out there, and I've been out all day putting the finishing touches on Mrs. Alving's orphanage. The orphanage.
So you'll be off home then?
Aye, and I want you to come with me. I never should have let you grow up in this house with your mother.
Craig makes a tally mark on the whiteboard.
Every time someone has a bad idea in this play, we're gonna make a little mark here.
I shall never. You're just trying to marry me off to a sailor, and I know what sort of men sailors are.
Ah, yes, harumph. Sounds like Pastor Manders is coming. Talk to him. He knows what a child owes its father, for I am your father.
He leaves. Enter Pastor Manders.
Oh. Good morning, Pastor Manders. You're all wet.
Well, it's raining 𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆 out there. You must have your hands full preparing for tomorrow.
Yes, plenty to do opening the orphanage and all.
The orphanage. How's your father doing?
Well enough, I suppose.
He could use a guiding hand.
Does it have to be mine, though? He asked me to leave here and come live with him, but I'd rather not leave. Mrs. 𝘊𝘭𝘆 has been so kind to me, and as for Oswald...
Yes, yes. Would you let Mrs. 𝘊𝘭𝘆 know I'm here?
Of course. Please make yourself comfortable.
He sits, she leaves. Enter Mrs. 𝘊𝘭𝘆.
Welcome, dear pastor. Thank you for coming so early. We have much business to attend to. After all, we open the orphanage tomorrow. But also, my son is home. He has come home to me. I love my son. I love him dearly. For a time he went away and I was all alone, but now he's home. My son is home.
Yes, yes, that's very nice. Now about the orphanage.
My son is home, Oswald, my good boy. He's so sweet, he is so handsome. The world out there's exciting, but like the birds who roam, he has come home. My son is home. But wait, is that the pitter-patter of feet I hear? Is he coming down the stairs? Oswald, my darling, please say hello to Pastor Manders.
Enter Oswald, Mrs. 𝘊𝘭𝘆's son. Good morning, Mother.
My son, you're home. What morning, dearest one. You are my light. You are my sunshine. Please stay here forever. Please stay, my son. I love when you come home. Come inside my home.
Yep, I came home.
Whoever is closest to the whiteboard makes a second tally mark.
Morning, Pastor Manders.
It's 3 in the afternoon, Oswald.
Is it? So it is. So hard to tell the time when there's sun 23 hours a day all summer long. I think I'll go for a walk before dinner. Oswald goes out for his walk.
That young man is not right. He needs the love of a good woman.
What? Like Captain 𝘊𝘭𝘆 did when you convinced me to go back after I left him all those years ago?
You sinned greatly against your husband, and it was my duty to lead you back to him.
Seth.
Whatever his lifestyle had been as a younger man, the orphanage is in his memory after all. You've said that yourself.
I suppose.
On which topic?
Yes?
Are you planning to have the orphanage insured?
Of course, I have everything insured.
Everything of yours, of course, but the orphanage is not yours. The orphanage is the Lord's. Should you really do something that could make people believe that neither you nor I had proper faith in the Lord's blessings?
Oswald returns.
You're back soon.
Well, it's quite wet out. Oswald goes into the house.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Render unto the Lord what is the Lord's.
Let it remain uninsured then.
Craig makes a fourth tally mark.
Off, we hear some noises. Laughter, bumping, the sound of Oswald and Regina fooling around.
Oh dear, Pastor Manders, I must tell you what I never told anyone before. Not long after I returned to Captain 𝘊𝘭𝘆, I caught him in bed with our maid.
Regina's mother?
Yes, and so I sent Oswald away from the home so he would grow up away from his father, and that he should inherit nothing from him, and away from...
From the maid's child, is she?
Yes.
Craig makes a fifth tally mark.
Oh, this house is full of ghosts.
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 Ghosts! End of Act 1. Act 2. It's after dinner. Mrs. 𝘊𝘭𝘆 and Manders enter from the dining room.
What a fine repast, Mrs. 𝘊𝘭𝘆.
Oswald, would you like to join us?
No, I think I'm gonna go for a walk again. Oswald goes out.
What is to be done?
I don't know. You're supposed to offer words of wisdom.
Is there no chance that Regina is Engstrand's daughter?
None. Both her mother and the captain admitted it.
Craig makes a sixth tally mark.
I do recall Engstrand's insistent apologies when he asked me to wed them. He was so contrite about the sin that he and Mrs. Engstrand had committed. Well,
surely it's nothing but an idle fancy on Oswald's part. He'll forget about Regina and go back to his life in Hamburg or Vienna with his artistic friends and his loose European women.
And what of his happiness? Is there no voice in your mother's heart that forbids you destroy your son's ideals?
Well, perhaps if they knew the truth and still cared for each other. After all, surely there are plenty of couples in the country quite as closely related as they.
You've got to be shitting me.
Oh, these ghosts!
Oswald returns from his walk. Oh, I'm back.
Another short walk, Oswald.
It's quite damp out still.
Well, I do believe your mother would like to speak with you. Manders out. Manders leaves. Oswald collapses into a chair.
Oh, Mother, I am so tired these days.
Even in the endless light of summer?
Yes, my brain feels all gooey. Perhaps I shall feel better when I return to my friends in Prague. In the meantime, I've been enjoying the home-cooked meals.
Oh, my dear son. My dear, tired son. My dear, tired, handsome son.
Regina enters.
Billy becomes Regina?
Oh, Mrs. Alving, Oswald, I did not realize that you were in the middle of something.
We were in.
Okay, what are you doing?
You had your moment already.
I am so tired, Mother. I believe I shall go upstairs and have a rest.
But we must speak, dear Oswald.
About what?
Cue the love duet. Hello?
Oh, sorry.
I've noticed you've been tired. You bear a heavy load, sir, though you've been traveling round the world. You've come back and I feel closer. You barely knew your father, and I am far from mine. I think we both could use someone to help us feel fine. I don't feel orphan.
I don't feel orphan
when I'm with you.
when I'm with you.
I don't know how I could feel better than I do.
The world is so wide.
But stay by my side. Together we're not so blue. Who could feel orphan when they're close to someone like you?
I don't feel orphan.
I don't feel orphan, yeah.
Wrap it up.
Oh, shit. Play the finale. Up-tempo. Follow my lead. What's that light coming from the orphanage?
The orphanage.
Oh, no, it's on fire. And it's uninsured. There's a fire in the orphanage.
Because it was a orphanage.
The truth comes out about Regina's dad.
He's Oswald's dad.
Who's dead?
Oswald tells his mom that he is really, really sick.
With syphilis.
Or something else that's really bad.
No syphilis. And the pastor becomes Jesus.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
And Engström takes the blame because the town is all abuzz. And Oswald hates his mom for all her many, many lies that he collapses on the floor.
And then he dies.
Well, he leaves it up
He
to
dies.
interpretation.
He really dies. Yes, there's a certain possibility and inevitability. He dies. He dies. He dies.
And his mom is sad.
The board is now covered in an absolute mess of tally marks.
None of you actually read the play, did you?
Well, I got through the first half, but then I got hammered with a paper for history. So I read the synopsis on SparkNotes. I'm sorry.
And you two?
We were kind of relying on Craig.
Craig always knows the place inside and out.
I'm sorry, guys. I've failed you. I'll accept my F, Mr. Clinton. F for my fault.
Gentlemen, lady, Mets. I expected more of you, really.
I read the play.
What?
3 translations of the play. And I watched a YouTube version too.
Tell me more.
It spoke to me. Sure, it's depressing, but life is also depressing. I like to think on life's futility, don't you? It's a stupid game. Life sucks and then you die. Life sucks and then you die. There's no point in asking why life sucks and then you die. Isn't it nice to know for everyone life sucks and then you die?
Well, that's a fairly...
Wait, I'm not done. I don't have syphilis. I'm not in love with my half-sis, and I never built an orphanage only for it to burn down. But I have depression, and my cousin's hot, a true confession, and I set fire to a treehouse once, smoking weed above the town. So that's pretty much the same. Life sucks and then you die. Life sucks and then you die. There's no point in asking why life sucks and then you die. Isn't it nice to know for everyone life sucks and then, oh, isn't it nice to know life sucked in 1881 Norway? And it sucked too in Chicago when they first premiered this play. And look around you now, doesn't life still suck today? The details change, that's all. What right have we to happiness? Good call, Henrik. Good call. Life sucks and then you die. Everyone, life sucks and then you die. Isn't it nice to know for everyone life sucks and then you die.
That is remarkably perceptive, Mets. It also doesn't really have anything much to do with censorship.
Take what you can get, Mr. Clinton.
William. That having been said, I am not unentertained. If making a genial mockery of a great play had been the assignment, this would have been A- work.
A minus.
I don't really like musicals.
Who doesn't like musicals?
Me, Jennifer. I don't. But I will give you all points for creativity and enthusiasm.
So we pass?
Yes, you all pass. You have tried my patience, but you pass.
A bell rings.
We will continue on Monday with Group 3's presentation on...
We're doing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, God. Class is dismissed.
Blackout.